go.
All right. All right. This is Brett with GuitarJams.com, and what I was doing right there is something I would get requested a lot when I taught. Just a simple introduction on how you can start getting into tapping or shred or anything like that. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to start by tapping. It's really easy. It doesn't require a lot of picking technique or anything like that. Actually, it doesn't require any picking at all. It's just all hammer-ons, which are, it's a good place to start if you're just beginning. So what you could do to start, we're going to be in A minor pentatonic. I'll just start with the G string. What you would do is get used to hammering on. So you don't even have to pluck the G string at all. You can just start hammering on. So we're going to do it on the 5th fret and the 7th fret on the G string. So just get used to this motion. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate some tapping, and we're going to do it all on the 12th fret. So what we're going to do is in this particular lick, you're going to tap with, people can use either finger. Some people like to use their middle finger, so you can not have to let go of the pick. Other people will tuck the pick back in between the fingers like this and use the first finger. I use the first finger just because I also pick with my fingers, so I have fingernails, which is kind of, helpful. But so in this instance, I don't have a nail on this finger, so I tap with my first finger. So what I'm going to do is I tuck my pick, if you're playing. I go to the 12th fret, and what you want to do is you want to hammer with this finger and then pull off. So that motion is just this, and then pull off. So some people go up, I push down. So you go hit the note and down. And what you want to be careful of when you tap is you want to develop a rhythm. You don't want it to be like, it has to be very rhythmic when you do it. So you want to work on developing a rhythm to it. So you want to be like. So what I'm doing there is I'm tapping on the 12th fret and pulling off, like I said before. And then I'm hammering on with my 3rd finger onto the 7th fret of the G string. So slowly it's. And that's it. But in this particular instance, you want to be able to hear that note when you pull off. So you keep your first finger planted the whole time. So when you repeat the lick over and over, it's just like this. And remember, I'm hammering on with this finger, so it's hit, pull, hammer. Hit, pull, hammer. So just speed it up. Yeah, you can incorporate it into all sorts of into your pentatonic shape. Say you're jamming and you're doing your typical. You can incorporate it with just a riff like that. Usually you don't want to stick on one spot too long, and you don't want to just keep doing the riff over and over, but it's a good little spice. It's a good little flavor to throw in there, so soloing doesn't become redundant. Okay, so far we have the little riff right here, and you just saw it incorporated with another kind of little double stop riff. If we want to expand upon that, another thing you can do is you can say you're doing some hammering right here, and you can bend this note like you normally would. You can come to the 12th fret and tap it as it's bent, and then release it. So what you would do is you would bend up on the 7th fret of the G string, and then tap the same 12th fret, hold it for a second, pull off, and then release the bend. So together that's going to be like, say you do it like this. Like that. You can do the same kind of thing. And that right there was, I'm still in the A minor, but I added a little extra note here. So what I did was I did the same riff, but then I slid down a half step and just added a little vibrato. So you can do it that way, or If you want to get crazy, you can add other strings. What I'm going to show you first is I'm going to incorporate, I like the tapping like this, and it's great beginning technique to get, but I like to use open strings a lot when I solo. So in this next riff, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing more pull-offs and hammer-ons with an open string, an open G string, and I'm just going to do the same riff up and down until I get to the A string. So what we're going to do is the same picking pattern, but it's changed just a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to tap and pull off. So you're tapping, 12th fret, pull off 7th fret to the 5th fret, and then 5th fret to the open string. Then you're going to hammer on. The string will be ringing, and just hammer on with your first finger, and then hammer back on to the 7th fret of the G string. So that's going to be like this. So it gives you a little bit more of a good rhythmic quality. But what I like to do about this riff is you can repeat that same riff up and down until you get to the A string. So you can go like this. What I did right there was I just added some notes out of a pentatonic scale. When I do pentatonic runs, I typically like to add the notes of the major pentatonic with the minor pentatonic. So you end up getting this scale. And what's cool about that is it gives you all sorts of room to play around with other notes. Some of these notes aren't necessarily notes you would want to land on, but they're good passing tones, which you hear a lot. You'll hear it in Van Halen, you hear it a lot in jazz, you hear it in all sorts of formats. It's just really cool because you can just blow by notes, and it's like it catches the ear because it's not used to hearing that typical, you'll hear this run all day long, right? But when you incorporate those other notes into that same deal, you can have all sorts of fun. So we can incorporate that also with our tapping runs.